start again. It's a rich thing.
Welcome to my channel, guys. Today I'm going to be showing you how to print some pictures using Lightroom and Canon Print Studio. I will be using the Canon Pro 100. I will also be using the Canon Luster 13x19 paper. And in today's video, I did use the Yashica Matte 124G, which is some film that I did my first impressions on a few days ago, and I really liked the way two of the pictures came out, so I'm going to be printing those. Now there is some dust, and there is kind of like a defect in the negative from the lab. You'll be able to see it, and I'll show you it here in this video, so let's jump right into it. So we're in Lightroom right now. You're going to want to open up your negative and then jump into File, plug in extras, jump into TIFF Scan Prep, and you're going to want to prep the two files that you picked, or whatever files that you picked. Well, I'm showing you what I'm doing with mine. So I've already prepped them. So I've got these two yellow pictures, and those are the prepped images. From here, I'm going to open up Negative Lab Pro, and it's going to already have all of the settings in there that I did previously. It's going to remember them. Now, my brightness, actually let me reset this so I can show you. So what I did was jumped into Source, which is the TIFF Scan. I'm going to pick TIFF Scan. Color model, I like the Noritsu style. And the pre-saturation is going to stay at default. From here, my border buffer will be 25%. Click on Convert Negative. And then from here, it'll, again, probably show me my, nope, it didn't. Okay. So my brightness, all I'm going to do to this image is just change the brightness down to -9. It was what I had chosen. My color is going to stay, or going to warming. And my strength, I brought that down to -3. And that is it. This is my final image. I'm going to click on Apply. And I'm going to jump into Lightroom here and only change my shadows. Now my shadows and my highlights are reversed. They're inverted, I should say. Because this is a negative, so everything on here has been pretty much turned upside down. For example, the temperature, if I go warmer, it'll actually get colder. Same with the opposite side. So therefore, your highlights are now your shadows, and your shadows are now your highlights. So I'm going to click on Highlights, and in order to add to your shadows, you're going to drop into the negative. And all I want to do is add shadows to the trees on the bottom and the left hand side over here. And I'm going to do almost 95, I want to say 92 right there. Last step is going to be to crop the image. It was a 6x6, so I'm going to do a 1x1 crop. Right about there. And then maybe, actually that looks good to me. Bring that down just a tad bit. Click Enter. And that is my final image. Actually, let me just show you. I'm going to remove this speck of dust here. And I wanted to show you that line that I was talking about from the lab. And this is in all of my pictures. And it goes even through the, well, let me just show you here. See this green line? Now, I understand I can just move that or remove it with, you know, the clone stamp and in Photoshop, but it's going to start to get tricky once we get in here all the way down. And I actually personally don't mind that the line is there. And also look at how much detail is in this. There's actually a person standing in here somewhere. There it is. Look at that. So much detail. The windows, the balconies. Like, I'm just blown away with how much detail this medium format film can do. So there we go. That's my final image. Same thing with this image. Everything's already going to be edited. It's going to remember my settings. So I'm just going to hit apply. But just so you can see, all I did was the brightness and warmed it up. Click apply. Here, all I'm going to do is boost up my shadows so I can get some more of that brick on the top left and right. And 94 is good. And that's it. That's all I did to this image. Now I'm going to go ahead and crop it. Once it's cropped, I will then send it into the Canon Studio Pro plugin. But first I want to make sure I click on the two pictures that I want to print. Go to File, Plugin Extras, and Canon Print Studio Pro. That's what I want to click on. I'm going to wait for that to open. And from here, I will show you my settings that I have. My print settings are Canon Pro 100 is the printer I'm using. The photo paper is a Pro Luster. And my paper size is the A3 Plus 13 by 19. I realize that I'm probably going really fast, but this is like my 5th time trying to make this video, because the first time my audio wasn't connected, the second time I wasn't screen recording, the third time my audio was on but the phantom power was off. So anyways, we are going to pick the paper source to be in the rear tray, as that's where my printer is loaded up. Color mode will be the ICC profile, and printer profile will be auto. Now from here I'm going to jump into the layout and click on, we'll do bordered. Now it didn't change it, but we'll click on bordered. And the alignment, I'm going to leave everything else as is, but the alignment I want to do center. Now I know it's already center, but you never know, just in case I click center. From here, everything else is pretty much adjusted on its own. From here, I'm going to click on print. The preset, I'm going to click it or keep it on default settings, and then the layout has to be color matching. Now the reason for this is because when it prints, it's going to color match based on the settings that are in the Canon Print Studio Pro software. That way I can match my screen, and it's calibrated to the printer now. And before this, I even color calibrated my printer and my screen. So yeah, once that's done, I've already printed mine, but I'll show you the final result.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Okay, so these look so good. So good. I'm so glad I printed them out. And to show you, they actually match what I'm seeing on the computer. If I can move all this stuff out of the way. So there's what I'm seeing. It's a little overexposed because of the light. But if I fix that, there's that. And then there's that. So it looks identical. Such an awesome print. Now, here they are again side by side. And also with that printer, I've printed that up there. That was in San Francisco. I did that picture in Portland. And then there's another one up here. I did that one as well, printed that. Can't really see it, but... Oh, and then there's another one back there. And one more back there. That's black and white. That was in New York City up there. I took that first day it snowed in December. But yeah, there you have it. That is the two prints. I am